The gift of special indulgences is granted on the occasion of the year of Saint Joseph, announced by Pope Francis to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the proclamation of Saint Joseph as patron of the Universal Church. The plenary indulgence is granted under the customary conditions: sacramental confession, Eucharistic communion, and prayers according to the Holy Father's intentions. To the faithful who, with a soul detached from any sin, shall participate in the year of Saint Joseph in the occasions and with the modalities indicated by this apostolic penitentiary. A. Saint Joseph, an authentic man of faith, invites us to rediscover our filial relationship with the Father, to renew our devotion to prayer, to dispose ourselves to listen and correspond with profound discernment to God's will. The plenary indulgence is granted to those who shall contemplate the Lord's Prayer for at least 30 minutes, or participate in a spiritual retreat of at least one day, which involves a meditation on Saint Joseph. B. The Gospel attributes to Saint Joseph the appellation Just Man, Matthew 1:19. He, guardian of the intimate secret that lies right at the bottom of the heart and soul, depositary of the mystery of God, and therefore an ideal patron of the internal forum, spur us to rediscover the value of silence, prudence, and integrity in carrying out our duties. Therefore, those who, after the example of Saint Joseph, shall fulfill a work of corporal or spiritual work of mercy, will likewise be able to attain the gift of plenary indulgence. C. The primary aspect of Saint Joseph's vocation was that of being guardian of the Holy Family of Nazareth, spouse of the Blessed Virgin Mary, and legal father of Jesus, in order that all Christian families may be inspired to recreate the same atmosphere of intimate communion, love, and prayer that was lived by the Holy Family. The plenary indulgence is granted for the recitation of the Holy Rosary in families and among betrothed. D. The servant of God Pius XII, on May 1, 1955, instituted the feast of Saint Joseph the Worker, with the intent that the dignity of work be recognized by all, and that it inspires social life and laws based on the fair distribution of rights and duties. Therefore, the plenary indulgence may be attained by those who shall daily entrust their life to the protection of Saint Joseph, and all faithful shall invoke through prayer and the intercession of the Worker of Nazareth, so that those in search of work may find employment, and the work of all people may be more dignified. E. The flight of the Holy Family to Egypt shows us that God is there where man is in danger, where man suffers, where he runs away, where he experiences rejection and abandonment. The plenary indulgence is granted to the faithful who shall recite the litanies to Saint Joseph, or some other prayer to Saint Joseph proper to other liturgical traditions, in favor of the Church persecuted ad intra and ad extra, and for the relief of all Christians who suffer any form of persecution. Saint Teresa of Avila recognized in Saint Joseph the protector for all the circumstances of life. To other saints, the Lord seems to have given grace to help us in some of our necessities. But my experience is that Saint Joseph helps us in them all. More recently, Saint John Paul II emphasized the figure of Saint Joseph has required a renewed relevance for the Church of our time in relation to the new Christian millennium. In the current context of the health emergency, the gift of the plenary indulgence extends particularly to the elderly, the sick, the suffering, and all those who, for legitimate reasons, are unable to leave the house, and who, with a soul detached from any sin and with the intention to fulfill as soon as possible the 3 customary conditions in their own home, or wherever the impediment detains them, shall recite an act of piety in honor of Saint Joseph, comfort of the sick and patron of a happy death, faithfully offering to God their suffering and hardships of their life. In order to pastorally facilitate the attainment of divine grace through the powers of the keys, this penitentiary prays earnestly that all priests endowed with the appropriate faculties may offer themselves with a willing and generous soul to the celebration of the sacrament of penance, and often administer Holy Communion to the infirm. This decree is valid for the year of Saint Joseph, notwithstanding any disposition to the contrary. Given in Rome from the See of the Apostolic Penitentiary, December 8, 2020.